Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening at this point. Hope you're doing well. I tell you, my wife called a little bit earlier and said, "Don't you love me anymore? You didn't call me." And I said, "Babe, I'm positive I thought about you at about 1:30 today and said, hey, I'm going to take a walk out to the back deck where I get to get some fresh air and give my girl a call, tell her I love her." And next thing you know, it was 6 p.m. So time flew this afternoon. We spent a lot of time on the phone talking to clients, but let's jump right to the 10-year, 3688, right? So the employment numbers and the jobs numbers from Friday still stinging us a little bit on Monday. The rest of the week, not a lot going on. I think on, what do we got? Factory orders today came out a little bit lower than expected. So I think that helped kind of tame things. If it gone the other way, it would have showed manufacturing overheating a little bit, but it shows that, hey, that's kind of subsiding. And then we have initial jobless claims coming back out on Thursday. See how that treats us, right? Not much going on other than that. It's going to be quiet until June 13, 14. CPI is coming out, I think, on 13, and then the Fed meets again 13, 14, make an announcement on 14 about Fed funds rate. So that's happening. Some of the conversations I had today, I had a lot of them, a lot of different things. One of them, the last couple I had, a client came to us and talked to another lender, couldn't get pre-qualified for what they're looking to purchase. And then I had a conversation and just kind of went through everything, talked 30 minutes or whatever, tried to understand the goals and what her and her husband are trying to accomplish, new baby. And, it turns out she may not have even wanted that much, right? We got down to the kind of life and where their comfort zone was with regards to payment and where rates were today and where we think they might go in the next 12 or 14 months. Talked about our 5-year rate protection for refinancing. We talked about our temporary buy downs and came up with maybe a little bit of a different plan, right? And so she was like, wow, hey, wait a second. So she sent me a different property, just sent it to me. She's doing her application tonight, sent something that's probably more in the wheelhouse. She goes, if we could get this house, I would be so excited. And I said, well, let's go do it then. And then a call after that was about first-time homebuyer programs, right? And covered some stuff. The client lived pretty far south of where we are here in Atlanta, but came to us just looking first-time homebuyer type stuff, covered a little bit of ground. She makes a statement during the conversation, again says, hey, I love these little towns. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. What about, I don't know exactly where you live, because I'm north of that, but you said something and you said little towns. And I thought, what about USDA? And pretty smart, astute client, right? Young girl, but she knew what she was talking about, right? And she's like, I've researched that. I think, well, let me give my spin to it. And I think if we could kind of look at that, that's even better than first-time home buyers. 0% down, USDA with a, whether you call it PMI or not, with a 0.35% PMI factor. They may not call it PMI depending on what you're reading. But anyways, great program. So she's doing her application tonight. We're going to look at that as well. And to that end, we also have a new program coming out called Loan Stream Mortgage. So it's a first-time home buyer. Well, actually, you don't even have to be a first-time home buyer, right? Down payment assistance is what it is, straight up. Goes all the way down to 600 credit score and doesn't have any of the restrictions that some of the other 100% or 0% down programs look like. We call them 0% down. Some people call it 100% financing. You still got to worry about closing costs, but these take care of the down payment, right? So 3.5% on an FHA mortgage, right? Goes down to a 600 credit score and get beat up a little bit on rate for that. But anyways, and that comes with a second lien. There's no credit score, again, down to 600. Most of those programs start at 640. And there's no debt ratio restrictions. A lot of those have limited debt ratios. And there's also some of the programs we work on have what they call payment shock, meaning that you cannot increase your new mortgage payment higher than your current housing note, right? Depending on your credit score. So it removes that restriction as well. So a lot of great things to it that just free us up to help more people in underserved markets or more people looking for down payment assistance. So if you have any questions, 404-915-6834 or glickmortgage.com. Have a fantastic afternoon. Take care.